let's see. And we're live. Sweet. I think. Double check. Mason George motorcycle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to submit for the record a letter submitted by Mr.
Alright, let's just see. Are we live? Live now. Let's see. Make sure everything's working here. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I've only done this one other time. Not sure how it all works well. See if the sound works. Test, test. Test, test. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's see. What's up? What's up? It is cold. And yeah, just out in the garage, hanging out, working on the three-wheeler tonight. Well, I'm going to. So I figured I would do a little YouTube live because I'm lazy and I don't want to make like an actual video. So yeah, we're going to try doing some more live stuff. So, three-wheeler, yeah. Honda ATC110. And tonight we're going to do brake line. I don't know. I bought parts for this thing like 2 years ago and never got around to putting them on. So yeah, the brakes aren't working and I like doing wheelies. We need brakes. What's everybody doing tonight? Let's see if I even remember how to take this thing off. So yeah, this bad boy is a 1982, all original, like as in these are the original tires. And I bought this bike up in Pleasanton, California, I think it was called, from an old guy who used it as like a duck hunting rig. It had like a rack on it and all that. So it sat for a bit, but this was years ago. I did a carb clean on it. And she's been mint ever since. Well, I think I had to clean the gas tank. Little stuff, little stuff. But I wanted to see how this line works here, because the cable totally froze up. Tootity. Let's open up this cable here. Make sure it matches. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? So yeah, before I tear stuff apart, I always, you know, make sure we got the right parts, because things happen, right? Things happen. So let's just match this up. There we go. Well, I think that'll work actually. Yeah. I think it'll work. The only thing I'm worried about is this not being the same as down below. Let's see. I'm new to this whole live thing, so I'm not 100% sure on how this stuff works. On Instagram, I think it shows you who's watching. On here, I can't tell. It just shows people are watching, which is cool. Hope everyone's having a good night. It's dry January, so I'm enjoying a nice non-alcoholic Corona on this brisk night. Nothing better than being cold on top of cold, right? We've actually, I shouldn't complain because we've actually had really good weather this winter so far. It hasn't been until recently where it's gotten super cold. As in, this morning and yesterday, there was definitely frost on the ground. All the vehicles had like frost on the windows and stuff. And that's, you know, normally about as cold as it gets for us. Normally. Of course, there's exceptions to that. We've gotten snow a couple times. Go. But yeah, I've had a few people reach out about the fire situation, and California is a huge state, so fire-wise, we are pretty far away. I'm up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. LA is like 5.5 hours away. Let me just see here. I don't know if people are commenting. If they are, I can't see anything, so I'm trying to figure out how that works. Chat filter. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Let's work on three-wheelers. So yeah, safe from the fires, but for, you know, those that reached out, I appreciate it, of course. But yeah, LA is a mess right now. I don't know. I feel so bad for those people. If you don't know, we had a huge fire up here 4.5 years ago, and thankfully my house didn't burn down. We're all good, but we lost like 900 houses in our area here within like a few miles. And out of those 900 houses, less than 200 have been rebuilt 4.5 years later, because California's crazy with the permits and all that stuff. So the people down there, I feel super bad for them, because like I've seen interviews and people are like, oh, we have insurance, it's gonna be fine. And it's like, it might not be as fine as you think it's gonna be, even if you have insurance. And that's the really unfortunate part of the situation for them. Let's see. Routing's pretty easy, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this guy out of here. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nope. No. Thought it was gonna give me enough, but nope. Oh, bummer. I have to take some more stuff apart. So yeah, fires down south, no good. No good. I gotta tell you guys though, it is so nice working on stuff that I actually want to work on, like my stuff. I am so stoked to be working on my own stuff right now. Not that I don't like customers or whatever, but feels good to get some of my own stuff done, my own projects. It's funny, I've never actually had this rear brake apart before. And this is like got way more adjustability than I even knew about. Let's take that guy off. Wow. Yeah, from 1982 to now though, stuff's a little sticky. A little sticky. And we're only a couple minutes in. We already got first blood. I don't know if you can see it. First blood. What do we got there? Oh, Mr. Clown. I can't see what you put there, but sure, thanks. Oh, yeah. All right. Now we're getting places. We got power tools out. If you guys aren't hip to the, man, Harbor Freight has changed so much in like the last like 15 years. Harbor Freight used to have so much junk, and now like it's like they're like the new Craftsman or the new Sears. It's ridiculous. I have this Earthquake. I've had this thing for I think 5 or 6 years, and I use it all the time, and the thing just kicks butt all the time. Like I barely ever charge it. It has tons of power. I just, you know, pretty crazy that Harbor Freight has such good stuff. I'm sure some of their stuff's still junk, but, you know, you'll have that with the old Chinesium. I did see online, though, the other day that the owner of Harbor Freight just got a new yacht. It's like, that's, you must be slanging them tools. Alright, what do I gotta do to get this thing out of here? It does not want to come. Oh, there we go. All kinds of dirty in here. That's what happens when all you do is ride and you don't wash it. Oh, the life of a three-wheeler. That's okay. Little Red likes it. That's stuck. That's stuck. Everybody have a good new year. Hopefully other people are like, you know, got winter projects going on. We are in full on winter right now. Let's see. Come on. That's why there's no book rate for working on antiques, because when stuff hasn't come off in like 40 years, sometimes it just doesn't want to. And this brake lever is a prime example. It's not even the lever, it's kind of the linkage. Come on, girl. There we go. We're making progress. Maybe not. God. Ay. All right, now we're cooking. I'm gonna have to do some three-wheeler riding videos after this. What's that say? Oh, thought it said I violated the community standards already. I was gonna say, trying not to. Let's see. Do. Here we go. That is not connected. Things that make you go, There's just so much dirt caked in there, it just does not want to move. So, it's okay. Just take it a little further apart. We can do that. I guess one downside of doing the live thing is that I can't really really like take the camera out too much and like show you exactly what I'm doing. Could. There we go. Yeah, this stuff is just first time off since 1982. It is not wanting to give it up easy, I'll tell you that. There we go. So, anybody excited about the Mecum auction coming up? We're a few weeks away from the Mecum auction, and I'm starting to get pretty excited about it. I'm really curious to see what prices are going to be like this year. Everything else this year has been pretty down, so we'll see. I don't know. I think Mecum is spending a ton of money though on advertising. Have you guys seen commercials? Because I've been getting bombarded with ads, and I'm not going this year though. I'm not going to go because I don't have anything to take. I don't really have anything to take. So, and the last, I don't know, I like going to try to buy. The problem is, like, the last time I was there was literally hundreds of bikes that didn't sell. And that kind of sucks. So, because like I was the high bidder on several bikes, but they didn't sell. So, you know, it would have been nice to buy them, but you know, there it goes. Let's see here. I'll try a little different approach. Try a little different approach here. But yeah, last time there was like several shovel heads that were deep well. They were nothing special, and that's kind of why I wanted to buy them, because they were bikes that I could have definitely done some value add to. And for me, you know, it's not like I'm trying to buy my dream bike, dream shovel head, so the value add thing is a big deal. But I also understand why the people didn't want to sell them, because the prices were low, and they probably had more money into them. But you have to think about, so the one dude, I talked to the owner of his bike, and he was from, I think, Georgia. So he had brought 2 bikes from Georgia to Vegas. He had all that travel expense, and I was literally like $500 away from buying his bike, and he like wouldn't let it go. So he trailered it back to Georgia, over $500. And I don't think his other bike sold either. That dude was like, I don't know, I didn't press him too much because he was having a rough day. He was having a rough go at it, which I get it. We've all had rough goes at it. Some of us more often than others. Not having such a easy go at this, but I think it just got a lot easier now. So yeah, I'm not going to go, but I can still bid online. And I haven't fully studied the inventory. I'm trying to think like right now what I'd really want. Because I kind of have some cool winter stuff already lined up. One of the things, I don't know, that I have been thinking about though is doing, so if you guys saw, I got that KTM a week or two ago. I've been just pondering what I want to do with that thing. And I'm thinking about trying to trade that for, I wouldn't mind getting a Jeep Wrangler. I've always wanted a Jeep Wrangler to play with. I've never had the right timing's never been right. But I don't know. I just hit a couple people up today on Marketplace that have Wranglers, and we're like, hey, want to trade for a motorcycle? What's the worst they could say? No? There we go. We're so close. We're so close. I'm talking like millimeters here. Millimeters. Come on. Just a little extra love. There we go. I don't know, what do you guys think? Are Jeep Wranglers overrated? Am I wasting my time? I tell you what, they're a heck of a lot cheaper because there is no like old ones, but the new Broncos are sick, but my goodness, pretty expensive. Also, I would never want to take anything like that new off-road, where if I pick up a 15, 20-year-old Wrangler, I am not going to feel bad at all about beating it up a little bit. One of my buddies, actually, back in Ohio, had a super sick four-door Wrangler, and he was gonna do a Cummins swap in or some kind of diesel swap. I can't remember. I think it was actually like one of those smaller diesels. Anyways, he ended up changing direction, and he just sold it to my other good friend John, and I am peanut butter and jealous because I can't remember the company that makes it, but it's one of those things where they take a brand new one and then they put their own bumpers and a lift kit and tires on it, and like it's a Rubicon, but it's also like this other special company thing that does it. And man, the thing is just so sick. But yeah, John ended up with that thing, and peanut butter and jealous because it's awesome. Here we go. So this is what I was worried about, though. Let's take this guy off before we pull too far apart. This is what I was worried about, to make sure that this guy will go on this guy, that it's the same thread pitch and size. So let's take a look-see. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Always got to check, though. It's hard to tell with your eyeball, you know? All right. All right. The top isn't exactly the same, but close enough. Go. Let's put that in here. That barely fits. Barely fits. Let's pull this guy out here. Pull that out. Good thing we're not working on flat rate. So what's really going on out there, folks? Let's keep me company out here. Everybody watch Supercross this weekend. Was first Anaheim. I didn't watch it. I watched some highlights. I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah, I miss going though. Supercross used to be such a big deal, but life happens, and also, I don't know who's televising it now, if it's still that stupid, like, Fox Sports 1 or some, you know, thing. They should just stream it on YouTube. The sport needs all the help that they can get. Motorcycles are suffering. My God, I need all the help I can get. My goodness, this thing is like fighting me every step of the way. So close. So close. There we go. Alright. Come on. Just fighting it. That was like no fun. This cable is just toast. Will not move at all. So I've been doing wheelies on this thing with no brakes, which is a little sketch. But having the handbrake is nice because then you can do bar tricks, you know, put your feet over the bars or whatever. Guy goes up there. This little fella has to come off. What an absolute kind of dumb design. Kind of dumb, a little stupid. Come on. Just try not to break the new one, you know? That's always a good thing to do, not break your brand new part. There we go. Excellent. Feed it right on through here, behind the coil. Just go to your home. Go to your home. There we go. Nice. Oh, all right. So, what's everyone's thoughts on the old KTM? Do you guys think they're going to make it? It seems like every other day there's like a different news article about their bankruptcy this, restructuring that. I think that they're going to make it. I think that they're going to be just fine. Well, I don't think they're going to be just fine. I think that, you know, they're going to have to make some big changes, but I just don't see KTM going away. The memes were pretty good about after Supercross, though. I guess, blanking on Homeboy's name that rides for them, but I'm guessing he won, because I saw a bunch of memes about how he's going to get paid in IOUs, which was pretty funny. Not for him, but no, I'm sure he's still got bank coming in. And before anyone makes fun of me, I know, WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's a water displacement, but you know what? It works pretty good when you don't have any penetrating oil. I just realized yesterday that I was out, so for today, we're doing the old WD-40 trick. Now, go. My gosh, sure don't want to forget a step with this. I would not want to do that again. My fingers are already tired. Oh, we're there. There it is. Started. Oy, so tedious. So tedious. Ooh, Oh, fun. I need to get the old lift side so I can get this thing off the ground. That would be pretty dope too. Let's just see. Sorry, I'm just playing around with stuff here because yeah, because I don't know what this live stuff is all about. Trying to figure it out here. Oh, I haven't done with this thing in a long time. Let's check the oil. Let's see. Oh, it's got oil in it. So, funny story with this thing. One time, I was riding it super hard, like always, and it got a little bit hot. I was using it for something I shouldn't have, which was I was trying to pull a big tree that I cut down. I was cutting it up and I was trying to pull giant logs with it, and it's just a little 110. And I got it really hot. I could smell clutch a little bit. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And didn't stop, just kept on going. And I seized it. Well, I think I seized it. I ended up just letting it cool down anyways. It was a little bit low on oil. I added some oil to it, and I don't know, like an hour later, it fired right back up. So I never questioned it because it didn't miss a beat after that. But you know, this thing's taking the abuse big time. She's taking the abuse. in the middle. Should work. Move this guy back to where it goes. I suppose we can do the final adjustment once I get everything hooked up. Whew, that was no fun. Ouch. Let's just see. Oh man, these springs are. The spring is definitely seen better days. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Time for the old vice grips. Those vice grips. Let's see here. Just won't go to its home. Just won't go to its home. Right there. Come on. Oh, there you go. Mechanic's best friend. The old hammer. Maybe. It's like in there, but not. But not. Oh, you bitch. It's in there, but it just won't click. I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me. Don't be a three-wheeler mechanic, kids. This is just for the birds. The lights are on, but nobody's home. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? What is really going on? I can't imagine working on these things when just like parts were available. Like, that would be so rad. Just be like, oh yeah, give me a new spring. It just won't. Maybe I was putting it in wrong, huh? Maybe it is operator error. Could it be? Probably. Probably. Either that or I bent the spring, because that could be a thing too. Stuff is old! Yeah, it won't go through that way. It's gotta go through the other way. Dang. Dang, oh dang. Just one spring away. Story of my life. Impossible. Freaking possible. Dear Mr. Honda, why would you do this to me? I've been a loyal consumer of your products. Never mistreated you. Here we are. Here we are. There we go. Simple as that, you know? Oh, I hate when that happens. Just struggle, 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 and then pops right on. I don't know. Away she goes. Right. So, we're getting there. Gotta put this guy back on now, this little adjuster pin. We're gonna set this, I think, just right in the middle. Perfect. Come on. Gotta use a hammer. Oh, far too much today, far too much. hate to do it, but we gotta bust out the brake cleaner. This is just far too dirty of a work area here. There we go. There we freaking go. Let's give it a bath. For good measure. Oh, another fun fact about this machine, when I bought it, it was fully spray painted. Red, but spray painted. So I've gotten most of the paint off. There's still like some up here and all that. It is a rider machine. I don't want to like make it too nice because then I won't ride it. There we go. Man, nothing on this machine is going easy, I tell you. Nothing is going easy. Oh. All this working on the ground is no fun. I don't know. I'll have to start blaming this on you guys. Giving me bad luck or something. Just kidding. Piece of shit. There we go. All right, folks, desperate times, desperate measures. A little too old to be hanging out on the ground all night, so even if it's a little sketchy, we're gonna bring this table up. Sketchy's all right. You guys like sketchy, right? There we go. Much better. So now I just have to, make sure I just don't knock it off the table. What's up, bud? Oh yeah. How you been? How's your are you all recovered from your wreck? Dude's just out there teaching the boys a lesson in the canyons. You know how that goes. Yeah, buddy. Yep. Yeah, this is like way easier, like up on the lift. Like I said, she's just a little sketchy because only a little bit of the tire on each side's hanging on, so just have to pay attention to that part. But other than that, freaking mint. She's mint. All right. Now that we're in here and I can see what I'm doing, perfect. It just slides right in. Perfect. Excellent. Put this guy in to hold it. Doing better. That's good. That's good. You guys getting any smoke down your way from the fire, or is it all blowing the other direction? Up here, we haven't got any smoke, and we're pretty far away. But I remember, I don't know, last year or the year before, when we had there was the fires up in Napa. We're all the way down in Santa Cruz, and dude, it was so smoky down here from the fires up in Napa. It was insane. So the smoke can travel pretty far. But let's see. 96 XR 250 for a guy. No smoke at all. That's good. Yeah, dude, because that smoke stuff messes with your health. It's no good. It'll like give you a sore throat, makes your eyes all watery, and it just sucks. So thankfully, no smoke so far. And I'm hoping that California is going to get it together and make some changes to the forest management stuff. So hope, we can maybe not have to do this all the time, because it sucks. Forest fires suck. It is no joke. It's no fun. And it's just not sustainable for the state either. Like, there we go. It's just not sustainable. We need to have, insurance and stuff like that. And the insurance companies are, I don't know, everyone likes to hate on the insurance companies, but you can make an argument that they're the canaries in the coal mine as far as risk management and stuff. Obviously, they spend a lot of money for risk. Things are changing for the better. Heck yeah, bud. That's what I like to hear, because I'm not trying to move. But yeah, I do want things to get better, of course, for everybody. My kids, everyone's kids, the state, the country. So yeah, hopefully things are getting better. We shall see. Getting close. Losing parts already. Losing parts. What did I do with the lever? What did I do with the lever? Oh, there it is. I dropped it. There we go. This is the wrong hat to be wearing for this. So these old three-wheeler levers here, let's see, nothing overnight. I think about insurance every day. What you doing to this 110? So I just put a new brake line on it, which was kind of a bear, and I'm trying to get the rear brakes situated so we can do more wheelies. Well, wheelies a little safer. But these three-wheelers, one of the biggest things that I always can't find are these little clips, because if you look, the stock levers have that little hole there. And man, everyone loses these things. So I try to hang on to them and hoard them. But yeah, I haven't been riding the three-wheeler much, and I kind of miss it. My daughter is 5 years old now, and she is starting to ride. She has her own little bike, so we've been ripping around. And I ride the Grom most of the time, but I got to give Little Red some love. Another thing that I want to hunt down and find for it is a set of original handlebars. These are original, but they're bent from. This thing's been rolled a couple times. We'll put it that way. It was probably bent when I got it. But yeah, a couple of my friends have definitely rolled this thing as well. Insurance has been criminal. I dumped. They're now begging for my business again. Yeah, the kids are definitely on little bikes, and yeah, dude, insurance is, oh, it's nuts, man. I know that I'm sure homeowners insurance companies aren't begging for you. Auto maybe, but the homeowners, man, I'm super thankful that we still have our policy. Everyone's having to do that, the California Fair Plan, and I am hearing some pretty outrageous numbers. One dude said his is over 10 grand a year, which, you know, I guess if it's $1 million house, 10 grand a year is like, if you're looking at percentages wise, it's not that much, but out of pocket, 10 grand a year is kind of a lot, you know. It's what's that come out to, like $800 a month? So $800 a month is, you know, for insurance is up there. Nice. Excuse me. Yeah, the tank is super good condition on this one. It had some light rust, but I actually made a video with it on how to clean gas tanks. So yeah, the old Little Red, she's been good. She's been good for the old contents, I tell you. A lot of people use that how to clean gas tank video, and when people message me, especially on Instagram, people hit me up all the time about how to do stuff, and I just send them that video. I don't bother trying to explain anything. I just send them the video, tell them to watch it, and if they got any questions to hit me up. But the video is pretty self-explanatory. All right, now I gotta bend this thing, which I don't want to do. Let's see. The old parking brake. We're so close. I hate bending this stuff because it's like back just That's right. Don't tear the chrome up. There we go. Mint. She's mint. All right. Now, we just got to adjust everything. So the way these three-wheelers work is there's a cable that goes to the back brake, and then you have your foot lever. Well, it all kind of goes through the same mechanism, so there's a little bit of adjustment that goes along there. Vinegar, yep, that's what I use. We do vinegar, and then with California gas especially, I only use the tank liner called Caswell. The stuff works amazing. This one, I can't remember if I lined or not. I'd have to check. Some of them you can get away with doing the vinegar, and then after it's done its thing, you can use baking soda and distilled water to, like, you know, clean it out. I just go ahead and line them because down the road the thing's gonna rust. So you might as well just throw a liner in it. It's only like, I think $60 for the kit. Let's see. Yeah, baking soda. Yep. Yeah. It really just depends on how bad the rust is. Another trick that I've done is I take blankets and then I'll take the tank and put like BBs in it, wrap it up in blankets, and then put it in the dryer on tumble, and then let it do its thing. Then I'll go for the vinegar. This one is not getting a big bore kit today, but on my bench, in this box right here, this is a fresh box from BBR, and we are doing a 120 kit with a cam and some other goodies to an XR100, but I'm doing like a long form video for that, and that'll come out hopefully, I'm hoping to work on that tomorrow night, is kind of the goal. So I don't know, maybe a few more days and then that video will come out. I have 2 XR100s right now, and you can never have too many XR100s. They're just the best. And I'm really excited about this 120 kit. We'll see what happens. I was half tempted to bust out the Dremel, and maybe we'll do some porting and polishing as well. Oh yeah, that's gonna be primo for the wheelies, bud. Primo for the wheelies. Let's see, let's get this down there. Ay. Ooh, all right, we got some problems. We got some problems going on. Well, parking brake was on. So now that that's loose. Like I said, I gotta have my handbrake so I can do my bar tricks, you know? More adjustments. I've never had the rear brake apart in this thing too. Probably could use new shoes, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's see, what do we got? Well, the dryer and blanket tray. Yeah, that's a good one. Another one that I've done is I strapped the tank to a wheel, and that's in one of my videos too. And I did it to like with one of my other three-wheelers, I think it was like my 250SX. We lifted up the back end of it, put it in first gear, cranked the idle up with the gas tank strapped to the wheel, and it just tumble, tumble, tumble. You know, with the dryer, I think I was doing like 20 minutes, you know, that normally busts everything loose. Dryer nuts and bolts, oh yeah. Well, sweet, I'm glad that you stumbled upon my live here, because this is not something I normally do. This is like a new thing that I'm just trying out. I'm doing a little, trying to do more YouTube this year because I'm trying not to work on customer stuff and I'm trying to work on my stuff. So part of that is like being able to do YouTube and not be under the gun and timelines and all that good stuff. So this is like way more fun. Way more fun. There's that. Oh, all that works good. Just, oops. Oops. So it's funny, as far as doing wheelies, I like the back brake to be a little bit more sensitive than the front, because it is nice to just be able to just ever so slightly tap it with your foot. But I feel like with my hand, I want a little bit more forgiveness. Like I said, especially for doing bar tricks. Sometimes you're like swinging your legs around and you grab a little bit more brake than you want. Yeah, I'm kind of at all the way out with the adjustment on this thing, and it's not as good as I'd like it to be, so might have to tear into the rear brake and see what's going on there. Let's tighten this stuff up before I forget. I have thought about putting a big bore kit on this thing, but honestly, it's kind of fast enough for what I do with it. I have fast machines, so I don't want to, you know, it's not a speed demon. And with these balloon tires on here, it gets sketchy at high speeds. I normally, if you're not familiar, these things have a high range and a low range. And normally I ride this thing in low range and just try to do slow, balanced wheelies on it. In high range, this thing rips. I bet it, I don't know, I'd have to like GPS it, but I bet it does close to 40. We'll fix motos for coffee on the cup. Yeah, dude. Sell some merch. Yeah, I got new merch stuff coming. One of the merch things that I'm working on is I'm gonna do a motorcycle giveaway here in a month or two, and I'm deciding on whether we should do like sticker packs or like maybe t-shirts with a picture of the bike on it. So yeah, that's coming up. So basically, I'm playing with this tonight just for fun. I haven't had much time in the last couple days, so I just wanted to get out here and do something. And yeah, it just seemed like kind of a fun activity tonight. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be digging into the XR100. That's going to take me a day or two, depending, as long as I don't have to order anything else. I need to vapor blast the valves and make sure that they're good and then lap those in. But after the XR100 is done, the Evo 1200 Sportster is going on the lift, and I'm going to pull the top end off of it and inspect the motor. If the top end is bad, well, I know the top end is bad. If the bottom end is still good, we're going to rebuild the top end and then do the chopper project out of it. If the bottom end is bad, I have a complete Sportster S engine with the dual plug heads. We'll put that in it. I'm just trying to avoid that because I don't want to have to go through the whole CHP thing of getting the title changed. I'd like to keep the thing numbers matching. But I have almost all the parts for that build. I have the complete hardtail kit and all that. I just need to basically figure out the wheels, which wheels I'm going to run, and then fork tubes and a couple other like miscellaneous things. But other than that, need a chopper on the MG for sure, dude. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, it's going to be what I call a performance chopper. I can't stand choppers that are unrideable. So this thing, we're doing dual disc front end on it, and it's going to be a super rideable bike. Anything that I do, I like to make rideable. I am not the show bike. Unrideable, doesn't run. I can appreciate it to a point, but I like motorcycles, and if it doesn't work, it's not a motorcycle, it's an art piece. So I like functional stuff, and in the Santa Cruz Mountains, dude, we rip around here. We ride pretty fast. There's a lot of corners. It's all performance-based stuff. So for me, the performance is where it's at. Like, obviously, when you take away rear suspension, you're going backwards on the performance a little bit, but we still got to have brakes. We still have to have power and all that shit. Safe. Yeah. Safe is kind of a thing. Oh, I'm not doing the chopper build live. No, that is not... unless you guys think that's a good idea. I did not plan on doing the chopper build live. Didn't even consider it. My plan was to do like a 25 to 30 minute video. And then, because it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to do everything. You got to remember, I don't have all the time in the world. I'm playing Super Dad during the day. Let's see. Are you into classic bands, choppers? Should I come? Oh, dude, I haven't heard of that event, but I will check it out. Yeah, I am into choppers, and I have an old school truck and all that cool shit. If you're on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. It's Mason George Motorcycles, and that's kind of how I do a lot of networking and stuff. And I will look up that event. I don't know this summer exactly what I'm doing. Last summer we did Sturgis. I'm from Ohio originally, so I normally go back to Ohio at least a couple years. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, if it's, depending on where in Pennsylvania it's at and where I'm at, maybe I'll be able to hit it up. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't figured out this summer all of what I'm going to do. I had thoughts earlier this year of I was trying to do the Moon Eye show in Japan in January, or in December, but I actually have something else going on in December, so can't go to that for 25. I think we will shoot for 2026 to try to go to Japan. But yeah, for this year, I don't know. I don't know. I thought about looking up and seeing when Daytona is. Daytona's a hell of a long ride from California. Not saying that I'm not down to do it, but I don't know. Sturgis was just epic, dude. Sturgis is so much fun. Such cool people, and yeah, it was a blast. So I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. tight. I haven't so much talked about it on like the channel, but a couple, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, I actually read for like this pilot, and they were talking about doing like a motorcycle show. Basically like, you know, where I'd go to different events and like cover them for a show. And I was like, man, that would be sick, because then I get to go to all these shows and it's like work. I don't, you know, it's fully paid for and all that stuff. But those TV people are a pain in the ass to deal with, and it didn't end up materializing, which it's all good. Like, a huge part of it was basically they want you to sign all kinds of stuff and give up like all kinds of shit as far as how do I want to say this? Basically, they wanted me to sign a thing like saying that like they would own the rights to my shit for a year or whatever while they shopped the TV show. And I don't know. I was like, no way, dude. I'm not signing over the rights to my name. It's kind of weird. So we didn't do that. And then the show didn't get picked up anyways. Let's see. So, I'm running into one small issue here. One small issue. I think I can work around it. The stock cable housing is a little bit different on the top side, and it's slipping. So maybe I can just snug it up a little bit, possibly. Well, we're gonna have to. Boy, so many adjustments. A lot of adjustment here, a lot of adjustment there. Man, now you got my wheels spinning about doing a live chopper build. That would be like pretty gnarly. Just set my phone up in the corner for like 2 weeks. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, nice and snug there. Just nice and snug. Just real nice. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. A little too snug actually. There we go. Let's get it in there just that much. Nope. Not too far. Not too far. Ay, ay, ay. Has anyone done that? Let's see. I've seen a couple YouTube guys announcing for shows and events. Plastic Ken dolls. Yeah, so that was like a whole nother thing too. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Drama, throwing stuff through walls, fighting with people, blah, blah, blah. I don't even have employees, so nobody to fight with, but not anymore at least. Thank God. That's the, probably one of the things most I like about working from home now is not having any employees. Nobody calls off. Nobody does dumb shit. Nobody, you know. Nobody's messing anybody's bike up but me. And I'm not doing that. Let's see. Alright. Squidgy, squidgy. There we go. think that might work, folks. I think that might work. It's hard when you're working on rider stuff and it's like just making it work and not making it perfect. Oh, that's butter. That is butter. Get some more out of her. So mint. Probably shouldn't make it any tighter than that because there's not very. Let's not go the other way. Let's make sure I have a real feel on it. I can live with that. I can live with that. The old factory toolbox still back here. I wonder if there's anything in it. Nope, a whole lot of nothing. Alright. Perfect there. Now we just got to adjust the rear brake. Mint. What's that say? So nice to work on Hondas, dude. Yeah. Some Hondas, not so much these new, like some of the new ones, dude, are kind of junk. And I say that with like, breaks my heart to say that, but straight up, like the stuff that they're making in Taiwan, and my Honda ground is made in Taiwan. It's not that bad, but dude, some of the stuff is like, everything just feels like really cheap and chintzy. I worked on a newer Cowie. I think it was a 140. And if it didn't have any Kawasaki stickers on it, and it was just a random color, to me, I'd be like, this is just like a China knockoff bike. I know it said Kawasaki on it, but God, it didn't feel like it. Let's see. Never rode a 110, but I have a Yamaha. Oh, YT125. Yeah, dude. Yamahas are cool. When I was a kid, we pulled, I think it's called like a Trimoto. We pulled a Trimoto out of the woods, pieced the thing together. It was a total shit box, but it was a ton of fun. Yeah, dude. All the new Hondas that are under like 500 cc's are made in like Taiwan and China. And you could tell by looking at the VIN number. So on a Japanese VIN, it'll start with a J, like JY, whatever. And I think I'd have to look on my Grom. It's in my other garage. But I think that one starts with a Y, the ones that are built in Taiwan. Yeah, I know. Fun crap bikes. It's like, it's one thing. It's like, all right, if you guys are going to build cheap, like China style bikes, they should be cheap China prices. Like, dude, you know, $3,000 for a CRF 110 that's a China bike, which bike prices are cheap now, so they better get with it. Let's see. Come on. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm pretty stoked on this, on the brakes at least. I gotta pull the spark plug and see what that looks like. Oh my God, it's a Champion. It's not even an NGK. That's okay. We'll pull the spark plug. Look at that. I don't know. We should probably change the oil. Let's see. Harbor Freight Moto. Yeah, dog. Oh, man. How cool would it be if Harbor Freight sponsored a Supercross rider? That would be so dope. Remember when, I don't know, it was a couple years ago, one of the dudes was sponsored by OnlyFans, and then they wouldn't let him run the decals? That would be so dope. Oh. So, I'm not a huge fan of Champion spark plugs. This one doesn't look too bad. She's a little oily. Predator pit bikes. I don't know too much about those. The only Japanese bikes I kind of am familiar with are what are they called? SSRs. During COVID, a lot of the dealers could not get the Japanese pit bikes. So a couple of the regular mainstream dealers actually picked up SSR, and I don't know, it's like one of those things. I guess they're like the higher end of the crappy bikes. Which I don't have a new one of these spark plugs. So that one's going back in. We're gonna have to order one of those. I'm getting low on spark plugs. Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure that Harley, that Champion makes Harley spark plugs for them. And I don't know, Harleys don't mind them, but I really prefer to run an NGK. At the end of the day, though, the old ATC110 she'll run on anything. Also, you guys don't have one of these shop carts? This thing is like the handiest thing ever. They don't have them anymore because they went out of business, but before Tucker went out of business, they had these things for like $35, and what a deal. What a deal. Let's see. OnlyFans dude, yeah. Yep. He won Superbike recently. Wow. No lettering. That's so, I don't know. I guess I might not be educated enough to know the ins and the outs of the OnlyFans. So maybe there is good reason for them not letting them run that as a sponsor, but seems a bit silly. I miss the 80s and the 90s of motorcycle companies when they weren't afraid. But hopefully bring back some fun to racing. Smithers, I don't know, do you follow J-Law on Instagram? He's out there, dude, ripping up the vet class, and he makes some funny content. Big money, though. Yeah. Yeah, maybe, that's why I was saying, like, with OnlyFans, is like, it doesn't have to be adult content, right? Like, it's just paid content. I don't know. Maybe 99.9% of it is, probably. I have no idea. But to not let them advertise is kind of, just seems kind of wild, especially considering the sport needs all the help it can get. All the help it can get. Speaking of all the help it can get, man, this thing is, she's rough. I need to give it a bath. I probably should have done that last time I rode it. It's hard though because this thing is just a straight up romper, and every time I ride it, I get it super dirty. So I'm not insanely motivated to wash it. Sticks out of there. Put that back on. Yeah, it's such a bummer that these bars are bent like this. I wonder if I put a pipe on here, if I heated this up, I could get that to bend back. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, she's got a little too much girth for her. Darn it. But yeah, if I could put a pipe on here, I was thinking maybe I could just heat this up down here and bend it upwards. Actually, it might even work to just do it like that. Let's got lucky. I thought I was going to have to turn the air compressor back on. Yeah, it needs to like go up and then forward actually a little bit too. Keep that guy out of the way. I was looking through some old dirt wheels. Oh, dude. Oh, when I was a kid, dirt wheels was where it was at. I used to look forward to that every month, getting my dirt wheels in the mail. It was, I didn't have like awesome machines because we were poor and shit, but dirt wheels was awesome. I used to really like the April Fool's edition. They would put out like such awesome like concepts that like everyone, you know, wishes that they would build, like a 700 Banshee and all kinds of like weird shit they would do. That was always awesome. And then the Reader's Rides, like that was always super cool. Yeah, and then they would come out, like where I grew up was in Northeast Ohio, and we had the Pine Lakes track there. It's like the first TT track in America. So they would come out and cover the TT Nationals and stuff, and it would be cool because like go and then like flip through the magazine, like oh looking through the crowd, see if you can see yourself. Fun. Oh, these bars are super strong. I don't know if this But we'll give it a try. Well, we'll give it a try as long as the torch holds out. Getting a little low. Come on, Torchy. Oh shit. Come on. Ah. The damn triple clamps aren't tight enough. Probably should have checked that first. Oh. I'm not sure, the one dude that said he was from Pennsylvania on the chat there, not sure where in Pennsylvania you're from, but out east, there was this place called Hillsville back in the day that was super gnarly for riding. Dirt Rider, oh yeah. Definitely seen. Yeah, Dirt Rider was awesome, and I still have a bunch of Dirt Rider. I have a handful of dirt wheels. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of most of them when I was a kid. But I was smart enough to save a couple. There we go. Getting real physical over here, you know? Real physical. Yeah, I had a huge magazine collection, but a lot of it got damaged in the fire. Not that my house burnt down, but the smoke. A lot of it got like smoke damage, and I tried to clean them as best I could, but I had to throw a bunch of them out. Yep, yeah, they're insanely cheap on eBay. Probably should have done this earlier. Let's see here. Dang, I think that's about where they need to be. Maybe, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Kind of hard when I can't sit the bike on the lift straight. Dude, that is 1,000 times better. I'm kind of don't want to push my luck. I feel like it's pretty much not going to get better. Put this on here. that on there. Jump on. Whoa. Yeah, it's got to go still back a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, dude. It's just got to go this way a little bit. It's a hard ask. Hard ask. Boy, howdy. I don't know. I think we're there. I think this is going to be one of the old looks good from my house situations, because I don't think that's getting more perfect. I don't think it's going to get more perfect than that. Make sure everything is still kosher. Yeah. Eastern PA, gotcha. Oh yeah, coal is super harsh on the bikes, but it's not, I don't know, it's not as bad as sand. Sand is a killer. The bikes actually stay in like good looking condition. It's just tough on bearings, and it literally sandblasts a bike when you're riding it. But yeah, the coal is kind of nasty. West Virginia is my favorite place to ride off-road. The Hatfield-McCoy Trail system, if you ever get a chance to get down there, it is unbelievable. It's like, I don't know how many they have now. Back in the day, I think they had like 5 big trails that are like 60 miles long. Oh yeah, the sand is, I know, it's a horsepower robber. You got to have a ton of power to ride in the sand. So like, I have a Quadzilla 500. That thing was built for the sand. It's kind of the only thing it's good at. Other than, I like to ride it on the road because it's stupid fast. But yeah, the sand's crazy. Like I said, it's definitely a power robber, but that's okay. You know, you just gotta have a lot of power. My favorite, a lot of power. Normally, I don't use this stuff, but I think we're gonna have to use grip glue on this thing. Normally, I don't like to do that, but oh well. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that ain't gonna stay. That ain't gonna stay. These are original grips too. Older than me. This thing's 1982. I wasn't even born until 1987. Same year as the Quadzilla, though. And my FXR. That's right, the sand. Yeah, riverbed. Yeah, horsepower is definitely your friend in the sand and the big hills. So, you know, it just depends on the trails. Like, the modern bikes, dude, these, like the KTMs, the 300s and stuff, you can get away with having a ton of power in the trails. The older stuff, like the CR500s, the WR, having a ton of power in the trails can get dangerous real quick for you. We had, when I was a kid, my stepdad had a 92 WR500, and that thing was insane. I only got to ride it a couple times, but it was gnarly. That side's still on there good. Leave that side on there to dry. But the other bike that he had was a KTM 380 EXC, and that bike was killer. In fact, he took a helicopter ride because of that one. Yeah, he was cracking a wheelie up the driveway and set it down like on the side of the driveway, and it tossed him. He had no helmet on, all that good stuff. Next thing you know, the helicopter's landing in the field. Yeah, the Zilla was the fastest. Yeah, Banshees and Blasters, I love those too. Everybody had a blaster at some point. Like the blaster is like just universal, cheap, awesome little sport quad. I've gotten to ride a bunch of Banshees. I've never owned one, and I want to. The yellow special edition was like one of my favorites. They did an all black one that was really sick. They did a purple one in the 90s that I thought was awesome. But yeah, I haven't got my hand, found the right deal. And, when I find one, I'm going to find one to keep, kind of like my Zilla, where I was like, all right, I'm going to buy this and I'm not going to sell it like other stuff that I have. Sort of like Little Red. This is like personal collection bike stuff. I've had Little Red for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years at least. The Zilla I've probably had for like 5 years. And the Zilla is crazy too because it has a, was it? Not a Toomey. Who's the other company out of SoCal? Oh, of course I'm blanking right now. But it has a little bit of a built motor. It's got a little bit of a port and polish going on to her, and I think it's 30 over. I can't remember. The Zilla is stupid fast. It's like top speed wise, the thing's probably does 90 something. I think stock they do 87. Oh yeah, the 490s, dude. I had a super nice 490 into the shop. And I was the guy wanted to sell it, but he just wanted the moon for it. And in the YZ490s, they don't bring, it was at the tail end of the market on the big bore stuff. And they just don't bring the crazy CR500 money in either do a CR500s anymore. The market has super dropped off on CR500s. In fact, there is an extremely nice one for sale in Scotts Valley right now. It's in an aluminum frame, extremely clean build. He was asking 11 grand for it for a long time-ish, and then I just saw that today he dropped it to $7,700, and he might even go down further than that. I got really lucky in selling my my last CR500 when I did. I've had, I think, 11 of them over the years, and the last one I had was a really nice 89. The problem is the market just totally changed, and I ended up getting a fair amount of money less for it than I would have if I would have sold it in 2022 or 2021. But you know what? That's the way it goes. I still did good on it, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, the market on those things has drastically changed. And I think, well, there's a lot, the economy, all that good stuff. I think that Australia has really affected the market as far as they were driving the crazy prices. Back in like 2020, 2019, that kind of thing, really nice CR500s were selling for 16 to 19,000 bucks all day long in Australia, which is, it's crazy. I know a few of the ones that I sold to. I have a buddy in Australia that has a shop. I know I'm sure he did extremely well on them, which I'm not mad about. Like, everybody's got to make a profit. That's what that's what business is. But yeah, they were really bringing the big bucks in Australia, and that has kind of died down. New Zealand as well. New Zealand was buying them up, and I seen some $20,000 dirt bikes over there that were at the time 7,000 bucks here. But you got to get them there. That's a big thing. And then I don't know about New Zealand. I've never sent anything there, but Australia, you're gonna pay some like duty fees and all that stuff getting it in. So yeah, and then Japan for a while was really driving up the Japanese street bike stuff. That has slowed down a little bit, but Meekum is in a couple weeks, and we'll see if there's $40,000 and $50,000 Z1s again, because that was crazy. Z1s really shot up, and I'm thankful for it because I had a couple really nice ones that I sold. But yeah, Z1s started getting, especially 73s. 73 Z1s are really up there in value. One of the bikes that has kind of dropped off is the CBX, the 6-cylinder, and that is a bummer, that those aren't bringing as much money as they were. 3-wheelers have definitely dropped off. These things were hot for a while, and nice 250Rs were selling for 10 grand all day long, and now they're coming back down to reality. Nice ones, 6 to 7,000. Decent ones, 5-ish, and then a little rougher ones around 3. But still, like, running bikes for 3,500 bucks, they're just rough. So the 3-wheeler market has definitely come way back down. Let's they need them in the sand. Yeah, it's funny. I kind of wonder the percentage of these bikes that actually get used. I'm guessing it's maybe around 20% of the bikes that are actually getting ridden. Let's see. Definitely feel the market slow down. Way better buyer market. Yeah, dude. Aluminum frame CR250 for 44. Yeah, it depends on the year. If it's an 01, maybe. Out here in California, we have a lot of dirt bikes out here too. A lot of CRs and that kind of thing, especially from that era. Year and a half ago, yeah, you'd see those kind of prices, but now $2 grand, 2,500 bucks, you can get yourself a pretty nice aluminum frame CR. The late 90s stuff even cheaper. The 01 is kind of what everybody wants. I don't know if it's like, if you just got insane money and whatever, an 01 motor and an 02 chassis would probably be the hot setup. But let's see. Yeah, a lot of tire waster. Yeah, you got an 01, dude. Hang on to it, because here's the thing. They're not making more 2001 CR250s. So the market does this stuff, and it will do this again. So if you don't have to sell it, I'd say kind of hold your ground on that one, because it's a bike that isn't as easily replaced if it's super clean. But yeah, those are bikes that I really like, and I look for. I had a customer that had a 2002 that was insanely nice, and it was like when the market first started going down, and I was going to sell it for him, and then I actually thought about buying it, but the guy he was an older guy. He was like in his 60s, and he just kept on going back and forth about whether he actually wanted to get rid of it or not. So I kind of got tired of going back and forth with him because it wasn't so much I want to say it wasn't so much a money thing, but basically what happened was he told me how much he wanted for it, and then kept on raising that number every time like I actually like was gonna buy it. So I was like, all right, I'm not playing that game. Like, you told me X, and then I show up, and then you're like, oh, I need $500 more, $1,000 more. Nah, that's it. That's all right. I'll find another one. I wanted to do like a replica bike out of it, like a 2002 factory replica. I thought that would be a cool build. But like I said, there's a lot of CRs out here. The CRs were definitely the most popular bike in the early 2000s. That and YZs, like a lot of YZs as well. And I think the style on those is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, dude. Everyone always has that seller's remorse, right? I wish I could keep all the bikes. That would be like, if I had Jay Leno money, I would keep all the bikes, but it's just not in the cards. Yeah. Doing the live was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna drag the XR100 in here and start going through that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll sprinkle in doing lives and making videos, where I'll just do like a live for like an hour or whatever, because it is pretty fun. And like I said, I'm trying to do more content this year now that I don't have shop insurance, like watching everything that I do. Like basically when I had the shop, I couldn't have this thing down there even working on it. They had a strict no three-wheeler policy. God forbid if I was smoking a dart and working on a three-wheeler. Whoo, straight to jail. Yeah, dude, you know, people hold on to the prices. And that's one thing that I've seen too with the market right now is there is still some high prices, and people but they're not selling. They're just sitting on the market for months. In fact, one of the Jeeps that I messaged tonight has been on Marketplace for over 3 months. Which, you know, if your Jeep's been on the Marketplace for 3 months and no one's bought it or made you any offers and you haven't lowered your price, well, might want to consider that. Even trucks are coming down in price too. Diesel trucks. I kind of just like watch all the markets. I'm not trying to get rid of my truck. I just, nothing wrong with it, and it's a good truck and all that good stuff. So, but I keep an eye on the market, and yeah, definitely prices have definitely been coming down on trucks as well. Yeah, man, Colin Lang. Right on, Smithers. Well, yeah, dude, it was great chatting with you and our new buddy Mo. It was nice talking with you as well, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna look up that event. Like I said, hit me up on Instagram, Mason George Motorcycles, and yeah, this summer hopefully I can make it out. Oh, dude, and when I was talking trucks, I wasn't talking my old blue one. I was talking my 7.3 legendary Power Stroke diesel, the old 2001. And the only thing I would replace it with is probably a second gen Cummins or a third. The problem with the second gens, they don't make a 4-door, and I got 2 kids, so That's kind of a deal breaker for me these days. I know there is the unicorn 4-door 2nd gen forestry trucks, but you know, I'm not spending $100,000. So yeah, the only thing with the old 7.3 I don't like is she's 2-wheel drive. Right on, guys. I'm gonna jump off here. I just realized that my battery is at 8% as well. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we're gonna start doing more lives. That was fun. Little shop hang, working on the 3-wheeler. All right, how do I turn this thing off? There we go.